Hello YouTube, it's Dakota Giddings here. Tonight we are going to be doing a standard Granblue deck profile. It's been one of my favorite decks throughout standard. Currently it's not the best deck, but a lot of people think it's tier 5, which is absolutely ridiculous. But overall I think the deck has some okay matchups. Does have some really difficult ones, but pretty much every deck has some of those. So we're going to start off pretty standard trigger lineup, 4 draw, 4 heal, and the 8 crit. We don't have any other triggers, and we can't play any extra draws, otherwise we risk decking out. So can't really change much there. For grade 3s, we have 4 Baskirk. He's the most important ride. If you don't ride him, you're probably going to lose, but I've won some games not riding him, but it's very hard. If you don't ride him, you end up wasting all your soul, and yeah, feels pretty bad. 3 Skull Dragon. Originally I was playing 4, but with Murakumo in the format right now, I'm playing 2 Negro Breach. They kind of fulfill the same thing. They're both beat sticks. Negro Breach doesn't die at the end of turn, so against like some retire decks, if you try to fill up your whole field, it's not as bad. If you're going to try to dodge the retire, then you can go into him. Skull Dragon hits higher numbers, but this is actually a plus with Baskirk, and he still gets the full 15,000 power by calling a 3. Alright, on to grade 2s. For Ruin Shade, card's really good at accelerating you to 10. You shouldn't always use it, but it's a pretty good beat stick, and it's very important for the deck. For Commodore Blue Blood, really good early game pressure, especially if you go first. You can hit pretty good numbers, especially if one dies and one becomes 13. That can get pretty annoying for some decks. Defensive triggers do mess that up pretty bad though. But he allows you to cycle any dead grade 3s in your hand, get more shield, get you Baskirk if you don't already have it. 3 Captain Night Mist. Started with 4, cut it down to 3 because we added a Negro Breach. Overall, pretty solid card, but we have a lot of counterblast we want to be saving for Baskirk. I prefer to play the deck a little bit slower, so trying to make the game go longer without constantly milling yourself. So you can use this to call Skull Dragons and stuff if your field gets board wiped. It's pretty okay, but I don't think you need 4. It's not very good early game. On to grade 1s, for Romario, best grade 1 to ride. Can get you Baskirk if you don't have one. It accelerates your drop, and it's a pretty good beat stick later. You can have 2 of them, making 24. And with a trigger that's 34, so that's pretty good. 4 Cutlass, counter charger. Unfortunately it mills 1, so like late game, you can't use it because you could deck out. But usually put it behind Baskirk at 38. It's pretty solid. And then we have 3 Evil Shade. Really good against Shadow Paladins, Kagro, any kind of retire heavy deck. Usually they'll kill him, but at least you can have more ways to call stuff and recover. And then 2 Norman the Ghosty. A lot of Japan decks play 4 because they like to aggressively get to 10 cards. Like I said before, I like playing a little slower, more naturally, just naturally getting to 10. I think that's overall better than you don't risk losing to deck out. I've decked out some OGT decks before, which sounds ridiculous because it is ridiculous, but as long as you don't use him or as long as you don't use Ruin Shade and aggressively mill, you should be okay. But overall, that's current Granblue deck. I'll have a premium deck later for you guys. But if you have any questions, feel free to send a message or comment below. Thank you.